So with the country basically going through one of the most tough phases that it has ever seen, especially over the past 30 years, I thought I would do my part by shedding light on some of what the NBA players have done in terms of practicing their social consciousness and their awareness to everything happening in the country. And I thought I would just show some clips. But before we get started, make sure you guys drop a like and hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified after each and every single video that I post. It's your boy David from NBA Knowledge, and without further ado, let's get started with this video. The first player that we have here is obviously LeBron James. LeBron has easily been one of the more vocal players, I think, in NBA history when it comes to speaking up on social issues. This is a guy, along with Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat, all wore the hoodies in support of Trayvon Martin. And later on, I remember what happened with Eric Gardner and how he was choked to death by a police officer after saying "I can't breathe" numerous times. LeBron James, along with other players in the league, wore an "I can't breathe" shirt. And in regards to the George Floyd situation, LeBron did send out a tweet. He sent out a bunch of tweets, but these are the ones that I wanted to point out specifically. He tweeted one that said, "Why doesn't America love us too? Hashtag head high and stay strong. Hashtag we all we got." And in response to the death of Ahmaud Arbery, who was an unarmed African-American kid who just went out for a jog in Georgia and was killed by an armed father and son, LeBron James tweeted, "We're literally hunted every day, every time we step foot outside the comfort of our homes. Can't even go for a damn jog, man. Like, what the fuck, man? Are you kidding me? No, man, for real. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, Ahmaud. Rest in paradise, and my prayers and blessings sent to the heavens above your family." And honestly, when I see those tweets, it just goes to show again that LeBron James just really cares about the community. He's done this for years. This is not anything new. This is a guy that consistently puts his money where his mouth is, has a school in Ohio for underprivileged youth in his own community, and there aren't many people in the world that just have the common decency that a person like LeBron James carries. And it was nice to see him, as the face of the NBA, speak out about this issue, because it is an issue that attention needs to be brought on completely. Another person that spoke out, surprisingly, was Malcolm Brogdon. Now, honestly, I like Malcolm Brogdon. I enjoyed him, especially when he was in Milwaukee. And to see what he did when he went out with the protest, it was really nice to see, because he's not even a top high-profile player. He did sign a nice little contract last offseason, but when I watched this video, I didn't get the feeling that he was doing this for publicity, because he wasn't going to get that much publicity because he's not a big star anyway. So I look at his actions as something that came from a good place, and honestly, I appreciated it, not just as an NBA fan, but as a black person myself.
I got brothers, I got sisters, I got friends that are in the streets, that are out here, that haven't made it to this level, that are experiencing it, that are getting pulled over, just discrimination, day after day, dealing with the same bullshit. And this is systematic. This isn't something where we come and, we don't have to burn down our homes. We don't have to. We built this city. This is the most proudly black city in the world. Man. So let's take some pride in that. Let's focus our energy. Let's enjoy this together. This is a moment. We have leverage right now. We have a moment in time. People are going to look back. Our kids are going to look back at this and say, you were a part of that. I got a grandfather that marched next to Dr. King in the 60s. And he was amazing. He would be proud to see us all here. We got to keep pushing forward. Jalen, man, has led this charge, man. I'm proud of him. We need more leaders. We need more people speaking.
But moving on, we have what Stephen Jackson said. Now, for those who do not know, Stephen Jackson has been one of the more entertaining players since his retirement, because of the fact that he does have a podcast and he does some talk show appearances here or there. I enjoy watching Stephen Jackson whenever he has anything to say. This is a guy that, in my opinion, is very knowledgeable about the game of basketball. He may have some outlandish takes here or there, but he's still somebody that I appreciate and enjoy listening to. And words can't really summarize the emotion that he let out when he talked about George Floyd's death, so I'm just going to play the clip for you guys.
Because they're not going to demean the character of George Floyd.
That's right. That's right.
My twin. A lot of times when police do things that they know that's wrong, the first thing they try to do is cover it up and bring up your background to make it seem like the bullshit that they did was worthy. When was murder ever worth it? Never. But if it's a black man, it's approved. You can't tell me when that man had his knee on my brother's neck, taking his life away with his hand in his pocket, that smirk on his face didn't say I'm protected.
That's right. That's what he said.
Another player that I wanted to talk about was Jaylen Brown. Honestly, Jaylen Brown is one of my more favorite players, especially among young players in the NBA. I enjoyed him in college, and when he was drafted to the Celtics, I was a little disappointed because I hate the Celtics. But this is a guy that drove 15 hours in order to get to a protest. I can't even remember what city he drove to, but the fact that he put in that amount of dedication and effort just to be able to be a part of the protest just shows that we are watching history, and these players see the opportunity to not only use their own platform to keep the movement going strong, but they also want to be on the right side of history and have their own kids know that they fought for what was right. And honestly, I appreciate anybody that does that, because no matter what side of the spectrum that you may fall, if you're willing to put in that much effort and determination, it goes to show that you truly believe in what you think is right. And honestly, I cannot respect that philosophy more than I already do. Now, before I end this video, I do want to show a few more clips of some players at the protest. Giannis was at one of the protests in Milwaukee, I believe, and he did a nice job rallying them. Steph Curry was at the protest, not only protesting against the police brutality in this country, but also Donald Trump's re-election. And also props to Russell Westbrook as well. He also was out there in the streets with some protesters, rallying them together. Shout out to all three of these guys. These guys are among the 15 to 20 best players in the NBA. And honestly, you can't ask for more than what they've already done to help the community in a hurting country in a moment of need.
Streets with these protesters, you see stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo, you see Brook Lopez, you see a lot of Bucks players here alongside hundreds of protesters, and you can't even see the other side of this sea of people that have come to protest and stand for justice. Again, these folks are being led by the Bucks players. Maybe 8 or 9 players are out here escorting these players or these protesters as they carry supplies up Wisconsin.
Protect your team, protect your... Both took to Instagram to post from the day, with Steph saying, quote, "Today was a movement in Oakland. Thank you 1-on-1-10 for the leadership. Everybody play your role and be consistent with it. This is a real moment of change. Keep each other accountable. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains." Others at the protest took to social media to share pictures and videos of the Warriors stars throughout the day.
Rest in peace to George Floyd. It was a very unfortunate situation that happened and really is hurting this country right now. I hope all of those officers get charged and thrown in prison for the rest of their lives, because they really lynched this guy on public television. Not just the person who put the knee on his neck for over 8 minutes, but also all those other bitch ass cops that stood around and allowed it to happen. Because the worst people in this world are the ones that see bad things happen and turn a blind eye to it. Because you could be a part of the solution, but you choose to just enable the problem. But that concludes this video. Make sure you guys drop a like down below, hit that comment section, and let me know your opinions about the NBA players' reactions to the recent protests. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell. It's your boy David from NBA Knowledge signing out. Y'all have a great day and stay safe out there. Peace.